Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him. Fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky.
Have you heard about the insane rumor that's been making the rounds recently? Mike Tyson, the legendary heavyweight boxing champion, is reportedly in a terrifying new physical condition, and it's supposedly scaring the living daylights out of Jake Paul. Mike Tyson, even in his 50s, is a force to be reckoned with. He's always been known for his ferocity and power in the ring, but word on the street is that he's taken his training to an entirely new level. Some insiders are saying that Tyson has been hitting the gym with a vengeance, focusing on an intense regimen that's pushing his body to the absolute limit. We're talking about a guy who was already a beast in his prime, now reportedly doubling down on his training intensity. Tyson has been working with top-notch trainers, employing cutting-edge fitness techniques and recovery methods that are making him more formidable than ever. Imagine Iron Mike with even more muscle mass, increased agility, and an unstoppable drive. This kind of transformation is enough to make anyone in the boxing world sit up and take notice. And guess who's reportedly losing sleep over this? None other than Jake Paul. Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned professional boxer, has been making waves with his fights and loud personality. But facing a rejuvenated Mike Tyson, that's a whole different story. Sources close to Paul are saying he's been keeping a very close eye on Tyson's progress, and it's got him seriously freaked out. The thought of stepping into the ring with a rejuvenated Tyson, who's reportedly in better shape than ever, is enough to make anyone nervous. The speculation is that Tyson's new physical condition isn't just about raw power. He's supposedly working on his speed and endurance, making him a more complete and dangerous fighter. If these rumors are true, it means that Tyson could potentially dominate in ways we haven't seen before. For Jake Paul, who's still relatively new to professional boxing, the idea of facing an even more terrifying Tyson is a daunting prospect. Jake Paul, who's known for his brash confidence, might be rethinking his strategy. He's faced some tough opponents, but none with the legacy and sheer intimidation factor of Mike Tyson. If Tyson truly is in the best shape of his life, Paul will need to bring his A game and then some. The fans are going wild with speculation. Could this be the ultimate showdown between a legendary fighter and a rising star? Will Jake Paul manage to hold his own, or will Tyson prove that he's still the king of the ring? While we can't confirm the validity of these rumors, the idea alone is enough to get everyone talking. One thing's for sure, this rumored new physical condition of Mike Tyson has definitely added a thrilling new twist to the boxing narrative. Mike Tyson in peak physical condition, scaring Jake Paul. It's the kind of story that captures the imagination and fuels endless debate. Now, let's move on to what we know about the potential fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson itself. The idea of Jake Paul facing off against Mike Tyson has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Here's a comprehensive look at what we know about this highly anticipated fight. Jake Paul has made a meteoric rise in the boxing world. Starting as a YouTube star, he's transitioned into a serious contender in the ring, boasting an undefeated record against a mix of fellow influencers, athletes, and former MMA fighters. Paul's journey has been marked by his ability to generate massive public interest and controversy, which has only added to his notoriety. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, is a living legend. Known for his ferocious power and intimidating presence, Tyson dominated the heavyweight division during his prime. Even in his 50s, Tyson's comeback exhibitions have shown that he still possesses a significant amount of his former prowess. The buzz around Tyson's rumored new physical condition has only added fuel to the fire, suggesting he might be in some of the best shape of his life. This fight promises to be one of the most highly promoted events in recent boxing history. Both fighters have massive followings and know how to work the media to their advantage. Expect to see a lot of pre-fight trash talk, intense face-offs, and a series of promotional events that will build up the hype to a fever pitch. Both fighters will leverage their extensive social media platforms to engage fans, build narratives, and generate anticipation. Jake Paul, in particular, is known for his ability to create viral content that keeps his audience hooked. However, both fighters will undoubtedly bring their A game, making it an intense and competitive event. Both fighters will bring their unique styles and strategies to the ring. Paul will likely rely on his youth, speed, and agility. His strategy might involve keeping Tyson at a distance with quick jabs and using his footwork to avoid Tyson's powerful punches. Paul's goal will be to outlast Tyson and capitalize on any openings. Tyson, on the other hand, will aim to use his experience and power to dominate the fight. His strategy will likely involve closing the distance quickly, unleashing powerful combinations, and overwhelming Paul with his aggressive style. If the rumors about his enhanced physical condition are true, Tyson could be even more formidable than expected. The potential fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is a fascinating prospect and is shaping up to be a monumental event. With the clash between a young, brash up-and-comer and a legendary, rejuvenated champion has all the makings of a historic showdown. Tyson's rumored new physical condition adding to the excitement, the anticipation, anticipation is sky high. Whether it happens or not, the idea of this matchup is enough to keep fans and analysts buzzing for a long time. Fans around the world are eagerly waiting to see if this fight will happen, and if it does, how it will unfold. Whether it's an exhibition or a full-fledged bout, one thing is certain: this fight will capture the imagination and excitement of boxing enthusiasts everywhere. Now let's get into what the experts and pros are saying about this potential fight. When it comes to the hypothetical clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, opinions among boxing experts and professionals are deeply divided. This matchup promises to be one of the most talked about events in recent boxing history. Many experts believe that Mike Tyson, even at his age, would still have the upper hand against Jake Paul. They point out that Tyson's sheer experience and ring IQ would be major factors. Tyson's ability to read opponents and his devastating power punches could be overwhelming for Paul. Despite Paul's training and recent wins, facing someone of Tyson's caliber is a different challenge altogether. On the flip side, some analysts think Jake Paul could have a chance if he plays it smart. They mention that Paul's youth and speed might give him an edge. If Paul can avoid Tyson's power punches and stretch the fight into the later rounds, he might exploit Tyson's age and endurance issues. It's a classic strategy of using stamina and agility to wear down an older, more powerful opponent. Another interesting perspective comes from legendary trainers who believe that if Paul wants to stand a chance, he needs to up his game significantly. Their advice for Paul is to focus on his defensive skills and work on his counterpunching. Paul's current level is impressive for a newcomer, but stepping into the ring with someone like Tyson requires a whole new level of preparation and skill. Some former fighters also chimed in. They think that the fight could be a good learning experience for Paul, win or lose. Facing a legend like Tyson would give Paul invaluable experience and could significantly improve his boxing skills. However, Paul should be prepared for a tough battle and respect Tyson's power and legacy. Critics of the potential fight argue that it might be more of a spectacle than a legitimate boxing match. Promoters express concerns that the fight could turn into more of an entertainment event rather than a serious competition. While both fighters have their merits, a significant gap in experience and age might not make for the most balanced fight. Nevertheless, the potential for high pay-per-view numbers and fan interest cannot be ignored. Industry insiders state that this fight would undoubtedly draw massive attention and generate significant revenue. While the fight might have its critics, the entertainment value and the curiosity factor alone make it a worthwhile endeavor. Overall, the consensus among experts is that while Jake Paul has shown promise, he would be facing an uphill battle against Mike Tyson. The blend of Tyson's legendary status, power, and recent rumors of his enhanced physical condition creates an aura of invincibility. Paul's strategy would need to be impeccable, and he would have to rely on every bit of his training and youthful energy to stand a chance. The excitement and debate among boxing aficionados highlight just how intriguing this matchup is. Whether it's a fair fight or more of a show, the prospect of Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson continues to capture the imagination of the boxing world. As experts weigh in, the anticipation only grows, making this one of the most talked about potential fights in recent memory.
Tyson versus Jake Paul. I've got so many thoughts on this. How it is absolutely disgusting and it should not be allowed. On the other side, I'm like, wow. A round of applause for these guys. Tyson's last professional fight was nearly 20 years ago in 2005, although he did have an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, where Jake Paul, on the other hand, has been having fights regular, keeping active, training as good, if not better, than most professional boxers. And when you see this promo video that's come out of them, it kind of reminds us of the Hangover movie, because even back then when the Hangover got released, Mike Tyson was in that and he was pretty old then. But now you can see here just how old he does look. Now, Jake Paul is a master at promotions, a master at marketing, and even though this has just been announced, he's really selling this fight. He posted this video clip of Mike Tyson hitting the mitts and he said, "He's the greatest heavyweight of all time, the most vicious KO artist ever, but I'm younger, I'm faster, and I'm going to be working my arse off to get stronger." A member of my team sent me this video that Mike Tyson's coach put up just 2 weeks ago and asked me, "Are you sure if you want to do this?" Now, if you see this clip of Mike Tyson here, he looks fierce. He looks like he would knock anyone out, which he probably would, knock most people out. But these are like 6-second clips cut up, and just about any ex-professional boxer can look good for 6 seconds, including myself. But obviously he's working, and you just see the size of his legs there. He's still got that power in his punches. And on here you can see he's still got that great head movement. And Mike Tyson is probably one of, if not my favorite boxer of all time. I love him, huge fan. So when I did get this picture, I was so happy. My friend Alex texted me like,
"Oh, look, Mike Tyson, he's going to knock out Jake Paul in 1 round. I can't believe it. Oh, this is going to be amazing."
And I was like, "Alex, you're thinking about Mike Tyson from 25 years ago, mate," which I think of Mike Tyson from 25 years ago. But age plays such a big part in this. It really does. With the knockouts that Mike Tyson's had in his career, how's his punch resistance? You would be stupid if you thought that Jake Paul couldn't punch, because he can punch.
Anyone who listens to this show knows that I give my props to Paul, because he came from YouTube, 20 million followers, whatever. He had a vision that he was going to get into boxing. and he acted on that vision. He said, I got to get a trainer. I think he's been to a couple trainers now. He said, I got to get a trainer. I got to learn the sport. I got to work. I got to respect the sport. And he did. And he picked his opponents as carefully as he could. But he fought some, UFC former champs that were older. They fought at a smaller weight. He always had an edge. The same way Canelo has an edge, because Canelo's the golden goose. Canelo brings the money, so he gets an edge to get things in his favor a little bit, because he's the one who butters everyone's bread. Well, Paul is the one bringing the money, doing the promotion. So yes, he gets the advantage of picking who he wants to, picking the music for the songs. So look, we understand all that. This is where I'm going to throw people a curveball. First of all, he's actually fighting a guy who finally, I know he's much older than him, but is naturally the bigger guy. Because Paul fights at about cruiserweight, 190. So this guy's naturally the bigger guy. He's fighting a legendary, iconic fighter. A guy who's one of the greatest punchers in heavyweight history, one of the greatest punches ever with either hand, and one of the greatest combinations of speed and power. Yeah, he's 58 years old. Yeah, the end of his career wasn't too good before he got out. But one of the last things that go with a fighter is his power. I think this is a very dangerous fight for Paul.
Let's take a deep dive into the workout regimens of both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Understanding how these fighters train gives us insight into their preparation and what might happen if they ever step into the ring together. Jake Paul's training regimen is impressive, especially considering his relatively short time in professional boxing. Paul trains with some of the best coaches in the business, including BJ Flores, a former cruiserweight contender. His workouts are intense and focused, combining traditional boxing training with modern fitness techniques. Paul's typical training day starts early with a morning run, focusing on building his cardiovascular endurance. This is crucial for maintaining stamina in the later rounds of a fight. After the run, he moves on to shadow boxing and technical drills, working on his footwork, hand speed, and combinations. Paul spends a lot of time sparring with various partners to simulate different fighting styles and improve his adaptability in the ring. Strength and conditioning are also vital parts of Paul's regimen. He hits the gym for weight training, focusing on compound lifts like deadlifts, squats, and bench presses to build overall strength. He also incorporates plyometric exercises and circuit training to enhance his explosive power and agility. Core workouts are a staple, helping him build the stability and rotational strength needed for powerful punches. On the other hand, Mike Tyson's training regimen, especially considering the rumors about his new physical condition, is nothing short of legendary. Tyson's workouts are a blend of old-school boxing training and cutting-edge fitness methods. Even at his age, Tyson's dedication to maintaining his physical condition is remarkable. Tyson's training often begins with early morning runs, a habit he's maintained since his prime fighting days. These runs are grueling, often including sprints and long-distance segments to build endurance and cardiovascular strength. Tyson's shadow boxing sessions are intense, focusing on refining his technique and maintaining his speed and agility. Sparring is a crucial part of Tyson's training. He's known for his brutal sparring sessions, which mimic real fight conditions as closely as possible. This helps him stay sharp and ready for any opponent. Tyson's ability to throw powerful combinations and his defensive skills are honed through hours of sparring and mitt work. Strength training is another cornerstone of Tyson's regimen. He focuses on functional strength, incorporating exercises like kettlebell swings, medicine ball throws, and bodyweight exercises. Tyson also emphasizes explosive power through plyometrics and heavy bag work, ensuring he maintains his famous knockout power. Their training regimens highlights their different approaches and stages in their careers. Jake Paul's regimen reflects his need to build foundational skills and physical conditioning, while Tyson's regimen, despite his age, focuses on maintaining and refining his legendary skills and power. Both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson have rigorous and well-structured training regimens tailored to their needs and goals. Paul's modern approach combines traditional boxing techniques with cutting-edge fitness and recovery methods. Tyson's regimen is a blend of old-school grit and modern fitness, aimed at preserving his formidable power and agility. If these two ever face off, their training will undoubtedly play a crucial role in the outcome. Add to that the rumors of his new physical condition, and it's no wonder Jake Paul is feeling the pressure. Tyson's legacy, his power, and now his rumored physical renaissance create an aura of invincibility that's hard to ignore. This rumor has set the boxing world on fire with speculation and anticipation. Jake Paul, with his impressive yet relatively new boxing career, has shown he's willing to take on big challenges. But the prospect of facing Mike Tyson, a living legend with a potentially revitalized physical condition, is a whole different level of challenge. Tyson's rumored new physical condition adds an intriguing twist to this potential matchup. Even Even though Tyson is well past his prime, the idea that he might be in some of the best shape of his life is both thrilling and terrifying. For Jake Paul, this means preparing for a fight against not just any opponent, but one of the most feared boxers in history, possibly at his most dangerous. The boxing community is buzzing with opinions and speculations. Experts are divided on how the fight would play out, with some believing Tyson's experience and power would dominate, while others think Paul's youth and agility could give him an edge. The potential fight has all the ingredients of a blockbuster event, a clash of generations, a legendary fighter against a brash newcomer, and the promise of high stakes and high drama. Both fighters' workout regimens reflect their different approaches and goals. Paul's modern, comprehensive training aims to build his skills and physical conditioning, while Tyson's regimen is a testament to his enduring power and agility. Their preparation will be crucial if this fight ever takes place, and it's clear that both are taking their training very seriously. In addition to their physical preparation, both fighters are also engaging in psychological warfare. Jake Paul is known for his social media antics and trash talking, which he uses to get into the heads of his opponents. However, Tyson is no stranger to mind games himself. His intimidating presence and fierce reputation have been psychological weapons throughout his career. The mental battle between these two could be just as fascinating as the physical one. Paul might try to provoke Tyson with his usual tactics, but it's uncertain how effective these will be against a veteran who has seen and heard it all before. Both fighters are also very strategic about their public appearances and media interactions. Paul often uses his platform to hype up the fight, drawing in fans from his massive social media following. He's likely to post training videos, engage in trash talk, and use his charisma to build excitement. Tyson, on the other hand, might take a more calculated approach, letting his reputation and the rumors about his new condition speak for themselves. He could use media interviews to subtly intimidate Paul and remind everyone of his legendary status without even needing to raise his voice. The financial stakes of this potential fight are astronomical. Promoters and investors are likely drooling at the prospect of this showdown, as it promises to bring in huge pay-per-view numbers, lucrative sponsorship deals, and sold-out arenas. This fight could easily become one of the most watched and highest-grossing events in boxing history. The global audience is another factor fans from all over the world would tune in, making it a truly international spectacle. Adding to the intrigue is the possibility of special rules or conditions for the fight. Given Tyson's age, there might be discussions about round lengths, glove sizes, or other modifications to ensure both fighters are on an even playing field. These details could add another layer of strategy and speculation as both camps negotiate to gain any possible advantage. Whether the rumor about Tyson's terrifying new condition is true or not, it has added a layer of excitement and anticipation to the boxing world. The possibility of Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson is enough to captivate fans and critics alike. It's a testament to Tyson's enduring legacy and Paul's rising star that this potential fight is generating so much buzz. So what do you think? Could Jake Paul stand a chance against a rejuvenated Mike Tyson? Will Tyson's new physical condition live up to the hype? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for more updates.